Hey, moguls. Hello, and welcome to the era of mogul optimization. I'm Dr. T, and I am your mogul maker. And today we're talking about something much deeper than success. We're talking about your legacy. Okay, so this is about how your family's future really does depend on you becoming the turning point, the one who shifts generations of your ancestry, right? The one who breaks cycles and builds empires instead of repeating the patterns of dysfunction and difficulty. Okay, it's super important to really understand what this role is, okay? Because we know your ancestors survived. We know they made it somehow, some way. But you are here to build, and your heirs are here to reign. And that is the true path. Okay. And if you don't have kids yet, or you don't have them, guess what? The rest of the world and all the children in it, all the younger people, they are our heirs. And this is the true path because we have been living in a world where the people that came before us really did not give a shit about what happened to us. They didn't face their issues the way they needed to. They didn't step up, mogul up, grow up, and create up. They repeated the patterns. They did the best that they could. And let's be frank, a lot of them knew they needed to do better, and they didn't. And if we're being really clear, there's a whole generation of people that are still on this earth. They're in the last phase of their life. And they're a generation that stereotypically does not care a lot about what's happened to the next generations, which is why we have inherited all of their stuff they ignored, avoided, and shoved downhill. Okay, so in the process where your ancestors survived, you're here to build, and your heirs are here to reign, and this is the way it's supposed to go. Let's think about all the people in the world that we can positively influence in the here and now, and the ones that come after us that are just like we came into this world, innocent people, hoping for a really amazing reality to live in and kind of ending up in a pretty big shit show. Right? So this has got to shift. And guess what? It starts with us here and now. And if you feel like you were the one born to change everything, this is your confirmation. So stay tuned in for this upgrade. Okay. And hit that subscribe button because, like this video, this is a moment that is a transformation. So hit the subscribe. Make sure you also like the video and join the Moguls Club community here on YouTube, because this is where we transform reality for us and for our heirs that follow. And this is the least we can do, knowing what it felt like to be on the other end of something that we don't want them to be on the other end of. So let's mogul up. Okay? Let's get into this upgrade. Plain and simple. You were here. You were born to break the cycle. Let's get clear. Most families repeat the same patterns for generations over and over again. It's a repeat cycle. Limited thinking, playing small, family dysfunction, financial struggle, living below their potential. And yet, this has always been the case that in every lineage, one person who refuses to accept those limitations finally changes them, transcends them, changes the game, and that person is you. So if you're watching this, it's because you feel it deep inside. You are the turning point. Okay? There's a quote. The first generation builds, the second generation expands, and the third generation destroys unless someone steps in and changes the pattern. So, what cycles are you here to break? All right, so let me know. Drop it here in the comments and just be clear. What are you here to change? What cycle are you breaking? What pattern are you shifting? What upgrade are you making? Okay, so if we think about this, these are a few different concepts that help you really get this. Number one is just plain old survival, right? Your ancestors just fought to be able to exist. They endured poverty, wars, struggle. They had to spend a lot of their time just thinking about survival, not strategy. And because they survived, you, my friend, my Mogulicious friends, you have the privilege to build. Okay. And then, second concept, the building. This is your era. No matter what it seems like, no matter how crazy the world is at this point, you have more intelligence, more resources, more technology, and honestly, more opportunity than any other generation before you. And yet, with all of that benevolence, with all of that, we know that the way the world's been functioning and the power structure's been suppressing and oppressing people and keeping them on the hamster wheel, they've been making them into slaves while they're the masters. And here's the deal. Your role isn't just to be here to work and grind. It is to create, to scale, to optimize, right? You're here to mogulize your reality. I love that word. Just put it with everything. Okay, this is where high frequency thinking and mogul optimization really separates the average from people who can actually be legendary. Let's look at the third concept, actually reigning over your reality. Okay, your heirs, whether they are your actual children, grandchildren, great grandchildren, or whether they are the younger generation of this world that are the heirs of all of us, they should never, just like we shouldn't have had to, start from scratch or from zero. Right? This is ridiculous that people jack things up so bad that each new generation basically comes in and is born and starts from zero, unless you're born into the elite class. Right? Your goal just isn't just to make money and earn money for a living. It is to create a system of generational wealth, power, and knowledge. Okay, you don't just want to give your children money. You just want to leave them stuff. You don't want to just even make your children rich, right? You want empowered, strategic heirs who expand what you build and do it well. And that happens if you become the turning point now. Very important. What you have to do to become the turning point. It's a few things. Number one, you have to elevate your mindset. You cannot think like the generations before you. I mean, look at what's been created. A bunch of amazingness and a bunch of messiness. Right? You've got to study true sovereign wealth, systems of wealth, true power, true pure power used for the contribution to humanity. You've got to study empire building, dynasty making, And you've got to really study transformation relentlessly, right? And of course, you got to remove all of these limiting beliefs and all this scarcity thinking that's just part of the programming of generations and generations of doing the same thing. You've got to replace it and upgrade it completely. Next piece of this upgrade, you've got to then build wealth with strategy. This means thinking like a mogul, creating multiple income streams, masterful investments, and you have to turn your knowledge into assets that can work for generations to come. We have to have you learn the game of power and influence, and creating truly wealthy empires and dynasties. You don't just work on it, you build something that will work for you. Step 3, you've got to really establish a legacy system. This means documenting your knowledge, building an empire that can scale beyond you. And in building a dynasty, you train your heirs in wealth, in intelligence, in mindset, in elevation, in influence. And you do not let your heirs start from zero. And that means your own children and grandchildren, great grandchildren, or the people that follow us. That's why we create stuff right here and right now that they can have to help them, so they don't have to start from zero, because we know what that's like. Any of us that come from a certain background and start from zero, it's painful. And I think to myself, I had so many advantages being more upper middle class, and I still had a family that decided that I needed to start from zero. So I appreciate what that meant, because what it made me do. But it would have also been nice to be able to live in pure purpose with something given to me where I could just build a purposeful business from the beginning, rather than you have to go get a job, start from zero, and you have to earn money, and that whole job slave worker program. Very important. Next step is you've got to surround yourself with other mogul minded people. Key thing, moguls, you cannot elevate around small minds. Trust me. I tried to be able to do what I do around some of the greatest minds in the world and be around small minded people because I love them, wanted to be nice. It does not work. It only shrinks you. Literally. You've got to be around high frequency people, empire making, dynasty building, legacy creating people, right? And that's why also joining in our community here, the International Moguls Club, and really following along, commenting, being part of the community, commenting on the posts, taking in all the content, immersing yourself in it is absolutely crucial. Okay, every person that ever had a dynasty, that ever built a dynastic empire, had a circle of power, a network of people that elevated them, and you've got to build yours. Okay, so if you're ready to step into your role as the turning point for your family, this is just the beginning. I really want to make sure that you're on board, that you are going to be part of something really special that changes the world, not just right now, but for all the heirs that follow. And we'll be able to say, thank you, people, for doing the right things in the time frame they needed to be done, having the crap stop with you, changing the world so we could actually inhabit one that was healthy and wealthy for us. This is what is at stake. Okay, so if you're in on this mogul revolution, which is what we're creating, hit that subscribe button. Please like the video. It's important to share it. And I'd love you to just go ahead and drop a comment that says, I am the turning point. It stops with me. I am the turning point. drop that in the comments. I'm here to make Mogul reality. But only if you're serious about breaking the cycle and really building a Mogul life with a Mogul mindset and honestly creating a Mogul legacy. All right, Moguls, make sure you get in on this Moguls Club activity. There are so many levels of content, so many playlists. There's over 600 videos to immerse you in Mogul training. This is where you learn, connect, and execute at the highest level. Okay, the links for everything are in the description. My best-selling books, how to apply to chat with me if there's anything you want to talk to me about, your human design chart to be able to get that for free and know what your human design is, so you know exactly what your purpose is, what you came to do, what your mission is, what you're here to create, who you're meant to do it with. And this is available for free right now. The links are in the description. All right, Moguls, thank you for taking this upgrade. I am really proud of all of you. Every time you tune in, every time you comment, I feel like the Mogul movement is just beginning to fully kick in. Taking it from years of just giving it to the ultra high net worth and high net worth people, well, they could get wealthier and wealthier and healthier and healthier. And following the navigation from our creator to bring it to all of you and make Mogul optimization, Mogul revolution with this community. And this is for you. And I want you to know, I know what you're going through. I know that you've got a lot to upgrade and you've got to transcend certain things. And I also know you can do it. And that is why I'm here day in and day out. I want to tell you that I see you and I love you. And literally every waking moment, all I do is live my purpose, thinking about you, what it's like when you need to elevate, expand, transcend, and ascend into a whole different level of reality for your very ability to thrive, for your very ability to live your purpose and mission and go on the record books with our very creator of having lived your most Mogul level life. Okay? I get it. I love you all. And also, there's videos you can go check out a whole nother level upgrade. This is what's waiting for you. So click on the next video and continue this transformation and get your groove on with your Mogul elevation. All right, Moguls. I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.